let's talk about Dreamworks' Abominable. This is a co-production between Dreamworks and Pearl Studio, a Chinese animation company. And this isn't the first time they've worked with them, they've also worked with them on other movies, including Kung Fu Panda 3, which was also a co-production. Which both that movie and this movie take place in China, so it makes sense that they would work together. This is also yet another movie about a Yeti. Yeti another movie. Sorry, I just had to say that. I just realized that Yeti begins with yet. And yet again, this is a movie that is surprisingly good. I don't think it's DreamWorks' best at all, but it is good. The story is about this girl that lives in Shanghai with her family in an apartment, and then one day she comes across this Yeti and she names it Everest. The Yeti has escaped from this facility that was keeping him, which is owned by this wealthy explorer that wants to prove that the Yeti does exist. And he has this assistant zoologist trying to help him capture the Yeti, and I really like her design. In fact, all of the designs in the movie for the characters are really good. That's something that DreamWorks in their recent years have been on their A-game with. Plus, the backgrounds of the different environments that they visit are really well done. And the Yeti has these magical powers that sometimes make the environments look like a dreamlike state. It makes for some pretty cool visuals. The main driving point of the plot is trying to get Everest back to Mount Everest where he lives, so it's this big road trip movie, basically. And the main character Yi is joined by her friend and his cousin. The cousin named Ping is the thing I probably dislike the most out of the movie because his voice sounds really shrill, and he's not really that good of a comic relief. And that's really basically all he does is comic relief. The friend Jen I was actually impressed with, though, because he does have some growth throughout the movie, along with the main character Yi. And I was kind of afraid that they would do some generic romantic subplot, but they didn't. The interactions between those two actually seemed realistic for childhood friends. And I think the movie does have a pretty unique take on the concept of loss and dealing with it. It's telling you not to linger on what you've lost and rather spend time with what you already have, rather than shutting yourself away. It's not really the type of moral I was expecting from this movie, but I was pleasantly surprised by it. There was also a twist with the villain that I wasn't expecting at all, so that was appreciated. The only thing I really didn't like about it was the comic relief, which just wasn't that good. However, there was a different kind of comic relief that I did laugh at, which involves snakes. And it only shows up a few times, but it's hilarious. So yeah, I thought Abominable was good. It's not DreamWorks' best, but it's good. As far as other Yeti or Sasquatch movies, I'd probably put it above Smallfoot, but under Missing Link. And then The Son of Bigfoot would probably be at the bottom. I did watch that with Saber before he did his video on it, and it's not really that bad, it's just okay. Hopefully Abominable is the last of this weird trend of Yeti and Sasquatch movies. I have no idea why they all came out around the late 2010s. Anyway, if you have seen Abominable, tell me down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to save.